It's as if for a brief moment, the Mercedes-Benz Arena became a shell because there's certainly a ferocious Ghost in it. Well played there by Ghost Gaming, able to take that #1 spot here and move a little bit further up the table, trying to grab themselves some very, very important points. Overall, 14 kills coming in for Ghost Gaming Avenger. A big, big win for them in day #2.
I mean, they said they didn't play their game yesterday. Today they definitely did.
Yep.
They started in 16th. They're now sharing 6th with Knights. So they're getting very close. They're getting into the big money now.
It's good to see them finally show up, indeed. It's been a while since we've seen the Ghost Gaming that we believe in, that a lot of people believe in as well. You have to remember, though, 2 of these guys weren't available to play the qualifiers, of course, the European gents. Had some visa issues, of course, those were sorted. And we were kind of wondering whether they're not they're going to be back into it. It's not late to be back into it. It's still good to make a show. Of course, you got 10 grand for a chicken dinner, so that's going to be on top of everything else.
Absolutely, and overall, at the beginning of the day, we asked, you know, where's North America? Honey Badger was already up there quite nicely. Where were Team Gate and Ghost Gaming? Ghost Gaming answered in turn, 710 points being racked up for them in that win. Not only the 500 rank points, but 210 kill points with those 14 kills coming in. So a nice spot for them, and as much as we keep seeing Team Liquid in those top spots, trying to move up the positions, Gen G Black also there in 3rd place.
I mean, yeah, they're coming up here. They're wanting, I mean, this is just the proof of you still want to fight for the money.
Yeah.
The fight is not over yet. Yes, the first place might have been solidified now to maybe even cemented completely, but there's still a lot of money to fight for, and the further up the table you get, also for the future, of course, money, but also for the future tournaments, future anything. You want to prove yourself at this championship.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of teams even just qualifying here for this alone have kind of proved themselves, but every little bit extra you can get is strong. Lion KK, ain't nobody catching up to that man when it comes to those kills. He is absolutely stomping this leaderboard.
Is it any kind of wonder that he's going to stay there for a long, long time? Xiaohai is the only one that comes anywhere close, but that's anywhere close is everywhere far. It's pretty much as far as China to Berlin. There's no chance for anybody to take Lion's share. He's up there for good reason.
Prowling. I think even if we had a day 3 of our FPP, I still don't know if anybody will catch up to that. That's crazy numbers, Avenger.
That's absolutely insane. Honestly, for me, he wasn't even that much on the radar until now. I've been talking about Uber, I've been talking about GMT, you know, one of the world's best players. Lion, he is the world's best player right now. I mean, 34 kills is undeniable at this type of stage.
And it's all about his team enabling him to get those frags as well. As you can see, they perform really, really well together.
Yeah, here is the current rankings going into the last game. 3,375 points. If Team Liquid to try and catch up, they would have to have a mammoth game.
Let's be real here. Right now, if OMG goes outside top 18 and Liquid has a 20 kill win, they can still do it.
In theory, yes.
In theory, it could happen.
But yeah, I'm looking more interested at the fight between Liquid and WTSG, of course. That's a competition in itself. Vanguard with the chance to come into it as well, Na'Vi. I'm not too sure if they're going to be able to climb up to the position of that top 3. But WTSG and Liquid, I think this is where the story goes.
And let's be honest, we have had those kind of crazy miracle runs almost occur in the past in PUBG. It's a monumental task for somebody to try and take it off OMG here, but we have seen kind of budding close locations to be able to kind of reach those spots. So Liquid, they've got a tall task ahead of them, Avenger, but they are a kind of star caliber team that could potentially do it.
Yeah, honestly, for me here, they played the game I wanted them to play today, completely different from yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm playing. Another point I want to make here, you can really see this is the FPP. You have the teams up there that you expected to have up there. You have all the three European rosters that have made it here, and both of the CIS rosters in the top 6. Of course, behind OMG, because, oh my god, what a performance they've had so far.
Absolutely.
There's something weird about the way that 4AM kind of got close to Liquid at the looting start there. Yasnaya Poliana for 4AM. Okay, that's unheard of. That's interesting. Do you think there's some sort of a Chinese pact that they've made there? It doesn't seem to bother Liquid too much. They left 4 strong from Yasnaya.
They used
no
to be
problem
contested
whatsoever.
Yeah.
But with 4AM showing up Yasnaya this late into the game, this has to be some sort of message.
So let's talk about how that game unfolded overall, of course. You know, we see teams like OMG going around up to that top northwest circle. Admittedly, each time we saw them win, in day number 1, a lot of that was based off of them not really being contested up there. However, this time, it was very, very different.
You can really see how they move, how most of the teams they move. When you see the hard shifts, you saw it as well here with Ghost. They were in a position where it shifted north. They were in a perfect position compared to how they moved into the zone, and they played the game they wanted to execute. They play outside, they play aggressive, they were mobile, they kept their cars until later stages of the game. So they put themselves in positions where you can kind of come in on the less populated sides of the circles.
Yep.
We saw the west side there. The west side, extremely populated, but there's at least 8 teams there compared to how few teams there were on the eastern side.
Now, to be fair, they did try to send the scout Xiaohai. He was sent through the shooting range there, died at the hands of Refund Gaming. That was a gruesome death to be had, of course. So MG realized, okay, maybe we can try the same thing that we've been trying yesterday in these similar circles, just to try and come in from the northwest area. They did have to go through CGW. That was really, really beautiful the way they did that. Oh, CGX, sorry. But after that one, they got third party by AHQ. And that was what was really detrimental, and it's really the thing that we said at the start of the day. Third partying is a very dangerous thing.
Yeah, for me, honestly, on top of that, we had Knights up there, we had Na'Vi up there, we had Liquid on top of that, we had Welcome to South Church. We're talking the top tier teams here, kind of gatekeeping them unintentionally, but it's because they came in so late. We would have seen them maybe in Knights' spot or Welcome to South Church's spot if they played as aggressive as they did yesterday. So they kind of turned down the clutch a little bit here, but they still want to be there, of course. But I want to see them keep fragging out. As you said, yeah, they've made this so far. We want to see some amazing performance like yesterday, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think at this point in time, they have just breached past what we saw from Gold in terms of the TPP performance, in terms of points, of course. One thing I want to talk to you guys about is Na'Vi and Avangar, actually, who play those circles very often and are able to get themselves in great spots, and they managed to, again, very strong central positions going into some of those later circles.
What I liked about Na'Vi in particular this game is that they haven't rested onto the docks. We've seen this circle before yesterday, but that circle, they've rested on docks, they noticed the circle go north, they had to swim their way through both of the rivers, which really was detrimental to them. They did make it safely so, but they didn't have any kind of circle strength into where they came from. This time around, though, they just waited north side of the Georgia Pole bridges, and then they were able to pierce into the white, to penetrate the white from a much better perspective. Yes, they had some difficult fights. It didn't seem like the team cohesion was there as it normally is, but I like the strategy coming out of Na'Vi for this day.
What do you think about our last game, guys? What are you expecting to see? It is the final game of PGI 2018 very soon. Avenger, I'm going to start with you. What are you expecting?
I mean, expectations is one thing. What I want to see, what I really want to see here is Welcome to South Church clutch it out. I want to see them frag out. I want to see them contest for that second spot, because right now, it looks like they're losing to Liquid. Liquid wants to take another silver pen home right now. I really want to see Welcome to South Church play their usual game, stay together, frag out.
Yeah, and I'll take a moment here to really appreciate all the teams that have made it here so far. Thousands of teams, as you said at Kyle Harris. This was no joke of a tournament. Really top tier talent, and they've given us 4 days of amazing, amazing show. And a fifth one on top, of course, if you consider the charity stream. It's been a pleasure watching these gentlemen.
And that team on screen just before, Team Liquid, which we see some supporters for there as well, wasn't even supposed to truly be here at the very beginning of all the things. They did not qualify for the European qualifier, just slithered in after a disqualification and then got themselves first place and currently sat in second place. Here's Genji Black as well, though. And admittedly, a fourth place for them in the last game with 13 kills was a big play.
It's a big play, but also they're sitting in 11th currently. That also talks to how kind of rough run they've had here in FPP.
Sure.
Unfortunately, they didn't have a good day yesterday, but they haven't really had a good day today yet. I want to see them keep fragging. I want to see Esther frag out as you usually did in TPP as well.
Do you feel that kind of is a knock-on effect of everybody, like all the other regions seem to be adopting FPP just a little bit more? Do you think Korea lacks behind a little bit in that at the moment? Or?
No, for sure they know that FPP is the way to go. They've been training hard on FPP, and so has the entire eastern region of the world. We are talking about teams loving FPP. Of course, some viewers in China in particular love watching TPP, but everybody pretty much knows that FPP is the way to go, and they pretty much agree that it is indeed the fairer of both of the game modes and a bit more competitive.
Balak, if you could stop staring in my direction. No? Oh, okay, sorry, all right then.
All right. Focus on the game.
We've seen plenty of them, though, throughout this tournament, of course, not only in the Charity Showdown, but also being able to pick up that win as well, and a lovely win for them. And I think Ghost Gaming, especially, when it comes to the 3 teams coming up from the North American region, wanted to perform well here on this stage.
I mean, yeah, of course they have to. But what I like to see as well, North America, they actually showed up. I just thought about it. They're actually sitting in 7th and 8th. We said we wanted to see them show up. They've actually been in. They're contesting for the money still.
Yeah, they're getting in there. They have a chance, of course, it's anybody's game. But I think right now, the story that we have to go through is WTSG versus Liquid. Who's going to take that second spot? Is it going to be the same as it's been on TPP, or will it change up?
Shall I practice my Vietnamese? Ang you em? I think it's I love you in Vietnamese.
Are you sure it's what you said?
I'm pretty sure that's what I said. There you go. I practiced it a while back.
Don't look at the crowd for confirmation. They're looking disgusted at what you said right now.
No, they love it. Anyway, regardless of all of that, Windfall as well, not had the easiest of times here, but it looks like the plane is in the sky here for the final time. Ladies and gentlemen, for one final time, are you ready?
Hell yes, of course we're ready. Round number 8. We are going to wrap everything up right now. Moses, who takes first, second, third, fourth, fifth?
Well, I think it's at this point it's going to be a matter of a miracle for Liquid if they want to catch OMG. For now, it really looks like it's their game to lose. But right now, it's all about WTSG and Liquid, who are neck and neck.
Hey, anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
You are right. Like OMG, like it would have to be a disaster level of like DJ Khaled to actually mess this up.
That would be a massive disaster.
It would be. But they are in a fantastic spot. But as you said, Liquid, WTSG, even if Vanguard are sort of in reach of them as well. But it's Liquid who have really been the true heroes of this day. 2 second positions. Each time they got it, it was 10 kills. It was 11 kills. They'll have to go big. Like, it'll be a insane comeback. First position and 25 kills, I believe, would actually get them first position, and that's basically saying, oh my god, we'll not get more than 15 points.
Yeah.
So it's a hard ask.
And there's really nothing happening around OMG right now. Honey Badger Nation in the relative area, but they had more Ghost players near them than OMG. OMG is going to grab those vehicles, try and get their loot strategy unfolded here, but it's looking like we're going to be heading all the way east.
Yep.
And that is going to be a mostly water circle to start this game off. So for OMG, they're going to be coming in on the stack side of the play zone.
Yeah, that's fantastic for Genji Gold. They can just loot Novo and then take a boat up towards the north. There's actually probably the least amount of pressure they've had as far as the circle goes in a very long time.
Just a matter of getting there and getting started. The Knights in the center position, starting their loot phase. Not a lot to hold on to just yet.
Quick. Come on, he's always been the man to survive for the Honey Badgers, and he's limping on 20% at the moment.
Silent is relatively close to some Honey Badger friends here, but looks like
they're coming over, actually. Honey Badgers are on the way, so Silent BT, Fast Rail is, come on, commit.
Maybe trying to pressure them off their loot spot. Silent only has that AK, no helmet. Maybe a level 1 vest, can't quite see there.
Yeah,
but,
it looks like it's either a level 1 or a level 3. Is definitely not 2. It's not the right color for a 2.
Either way, Silent BT is going to have to back this off. No vehicle to use. So his loot phase being disrupted by the pressuring Honey Badger Nation, who is headed in their direction.
Yes, welcome to South Georgia. It's like, okay, it's AVG who are on the northern side of the circle, northern side of Georgia Pole.
A little concerned about the way Honey Badger Nation is motioning towards OMG here. I see that vehicle kind of scouting around. You have to wonder what the game plan is here, unless Honey Badger Nation is trying to get down to the military base. Looks like that is the case.
They're just looking, okay.
No, I was a little concerned. I was hoping that they were going to go try and throw some wasps in their party there. See
they're still roughly around the 6th position. They don't want to risk too much.
You know what they say about honey badgers?
They're very difficult to kill.
Yep. That's one of them. Yep.
It's pretty high up there.
So it looks like they're going to be headed down south, and for OMG, their loot phase is going to be relatively easy. Liquid having some friends in Yasnaya with them.
This has been happening time and time again. 4 a.m. and just in the neighborhood. So yeah, goodbye Honey Badgers. Enjoy the military base. It's all yours. Careful when you go east, however. But they're definitely looking to improve their rank. 8th position for them. Wick, he's kind of been the ultimate fragger, the primary fragger, the real fragger for Honey Badgers Nation. 10 of them. He's hit double digits.
On the way down the military base.
Oh,
ooh, Team Gates.
X-Go. Careful. Vit can't actually get the last connection in.
It's all right. It's only an iron sight M16.
Only. Oh, that's a pun.
The most.
You're going to hold up your Sheldon sarcasm sign for that one.
It's harmless. It's like the Vector.
Style sliding up the hill. You only need 2 wheels to drive that thing. Looks like the rest of Myth are actually on the chase. I don't know if he's really got anything to fight with those of it. You've got nothing in that information bar at the bottom. He's got a bullet called a Dacia.
The only weapon they might be able to use to affect this game around, unfortunately, for Myth.
Oh, we missed the roll. It was style 2-wheel driving, and they flipped it. But don't worry, there was a plan B in the form of Mortify. Texas making his run. As always, it just wouldn't be a game with Knights unless Texas was taking a little bit of fire early on. He's a little bit separated from the rest of his team.
Yikes.
Here comes Myth.
3 total kills still.
And yeah, bottom position for Myth. It has not been an enjoyable time, which is kind of a surprise. Like, they actually took the full Kalaris, jinx. He's like, you know what, Myth, they're going to take a full round. They're going to claim first position, is what he said before we went into first person. And they have snapped back hard. Yeah,
they showed him who's boss.
Yeah. He did also say that OMG was going to be really, really good. So we can get 50-50, all right?
That's true. I mean, for Myth, it's all jokes aside, it is still a good showing. They had a decent effort in the third-person environment. They actually had a good day on the charity tournament as well. But for this first-person tournament, it has not been good. Mm-hmm. And maybe a bit of pride left on the line for Myth. They have themselves a center position.
The chase is on. P for Potato has already got the little front advantage. Unfortunately, we're not playing racing cars at the moment. And because there's only one in each of these cars, no one's going to be shooting out the window at any time soon.
Big shout out to the Chiefs. They have played a fairly decent tournament through both portions, really representing their region well.
So we need some strayers, everyone. That's what it's about.
And I mean, honestly, we've seen them in good team fights. They've been good under composure, and considering they have no real direct line to the European leagues or otherwise, they've been playing very well.
Well, looks like speaking of Chiefs, you're doing it. Critical taking a little bit of fire from Team Gates.
Uh-oh, Caster Curse on the way here.
Yeah, he'd actually managed to find himself in the middle of the 2-2 split of Team Gates, and he'll have to go back to the warehouse to hide. Everyone else is starting to come in as Critical barely survives it. Don't get hit by the bike and he'll be all good. The circle is coming in. So everyone starts their constriction.
So the center position now getting very dense, that western side. Surprisingly sparse considering how many teams have crashed middle. They know that water is going to be adjusted out eventually. OHM opting for the far northern loot strategy at Kameshki. OMG now slowly making their way eastward behind that's AHQ once again. Ghost Gaming on the southern side, but really eyes are on Liquid, who are getting a little bit of pressure from 4 AM coming out of Yasnaya.
Kind of want to see if anyone actually even holds up around the Milta area. This circle is a fair way north, and there's only one team. It's that OHM, as you said, all the way up near Stalba. It's the dream for them, especially if they see the loot drop out in the ocean. Knights are the ones trying to hold on to the prison. That's more centered. Thanks to that early run, they were able to establish their position very early on.
Genji Gold hasn't made any movements out of Novo just yet, looking like they're trying to find vehicles still.
Tons of time.
Yeah, lots of time for them. Not wanting to opt for the boats, they've all got land vehicles, something that's going to be important.
CGW running into the line of Profi. He hits the rail, however, needs to hit Mr. Yoppie. He hit him a couple of times, but not enough to drop him. So Ghost position being revealed and CGW in a 2-split.
Put that thing away. Put that thing away. There's more vehicles.
The K98 is what you're on about.
Well, I was expecting there to be another vehicle coming through, but for Profi...
How is he going to make the highlight reel unless he's able to shoot someone off a bike with a K98, all right?
He's trying to impress his girlfriend out in the crowd there, looking for some sweet headshots.
Looking for a Reddit clip, that's what he's looking for.
Ibiza, you don't want to be on that Reddit. That's...
Yes, you do. We love you. Don't hate us.
Ibiza on the way through. He's coming in the low side of that hill. OMG finding themselves in the 2-2, or actually no.
And Navi actually passed them. They'll now be the most western team in the game as Navi will get into the circle and over towards farm at Liquid. This is not a great angle for them to try and fight up into. I think they understand it as well. At least they're in cover from Knights on the hill. But as you can see, Kramer looking out the windows, he's keeping very, very close eyes on Samty.
SLR long shots coming out. Savage.
Wide ball, foul.
Avangar grabbing their compound, coasting into the garage, nice and easy. Jeems actually did take a couple of those shots. Asked to back it off. I believe that was coming over from Savage. So now these got to try not to burn too much meds and armor here. Only that level 1 vest can't last very long. So Liquid again looking for a spot to call home, trying to reposition here. Maybe back it off to the coastline, see what this first circle shift does look like.
I don't think they really want to go out that far though. Like if they go out to the coastline and this circle hits hard west, then it's going to go real clustered real quick, like right it is for Eska on the run through. Shelator's going to make his way out as well. Looks like they actually had to flip the, he almost flipped the UAZ.
Eska did come to a halt there though.
Yeah, he did. He's at 40% at the moment. So Kurad, one hit would do it. One hit. That's 4 misses. That'll work though.
And there's an upside down
Pop the
Dacia.
tire. If you can pop the tire, at least you can slow him down.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, at that range.
Gonna chase it. Okay.
Sure, you got 0 kills. Give her a crack.
Maybe going to Milta instead, just try and reposition across the way.
You may not like that though.
What are you doing?
He's driving right in front of Gold. If he drives far enough, he'll reach Na'Vi as well. And there's a new line coming in. It's going to be a couple of boats through the south side of Milta. OMG are keeping their run. He's the last, actually, he's almost the last ones outside the circle.
Krama getting some sun up on the roof here.
Best
Liquid
place to get a
by.
tan.
So it's a weird angle, but Liquid is actually at a very low, steep hill below them. So Krama doesn't actually have a direct line of sight. Ibiza can move down that ridge as well.
It's actually amazing how much cover they have there because their teammates were on the hill behind them to the north. Even though they've bounced off it a little bit, they shouldn't be aware if someone does take that hill.
If this water stays in, this is going to be a big problem for some of these teams who have all centered. We'll see if it shifts out early.
There's Na'Vi getting involved. Wick's going to drop, so Honey Badger Nation losing their critical player, their highest fragger. And the circle does go south, so everybody condense.
So the circle has shifted all the way south. This is going to mean a lot of pressure on that northern portion of the zone. And that's going to mean that all these guys are going to have to come all the way down into this very tight area around that prison, which is impassable essentially. So now it's going to be a very tough spot. We might see the lumber camp in action here once again.
I think impossible is like, you just see the cluster of logos. There's no way you can make out exactly where everybody is. The only one I know is Genji Black at the very, very bottom of everything. And that's who they'll have to go through. Gates after 4 a.m. Luca, there's an explosion and he'll go down.
This is a nightmare for rotations. This circle is not going to leave any prisoners. Liquid has a tough spot. They're going to have to get rid of their vehicle very early.
Nice is almost about to get rid of one of their players by driving over the top, but Myth able to claim a kill.
The very rare.
Rio is the man who's on the receiving end for CGX, as the rest of CGX now making their run. Pure Boy over the hills and into cover.
Escalucia now increasing his team's kill percentage by 33%. I think. Math? I don't know.
Looks like Genji Black around the bunkers is their position. Larson sees it. Larson doesn't want it. Knights will remember that position very well.
This is a good spot for them. They have the option to flex into the prison, keep people from rotating. Well, as I say that, CGX crashes in right next to them.
WTSG are able to get up as well on their eastern side. So, well, you thought you thought Genji Black was going to have a nice position, but now they're surrounded. They're at least inside the circle. That's the upside for them as Team Gates continue to gatekeep up CGX. Blue gets the run up and he'll make it towards the prison. Bullets won't connect, but now Nice may want to look down. And I think there's someone lying in wait. It's Pure Boy who's already there.
I think that they're receiving pressure from across the other side of the ridge. That might be Team Gate shooting at them from across the way, but they've now allowed CGX in between them. However, the amount of teams that can get in and out of that prison is going to be fairly low. CGX banking on the interior prison. They are dead center. We've only seen one game in this tournament land around that prison area. But we'll see if that continues. Team Liquid still trying to find a way into the zone. Savage staying active on the coastline.
If it does end up around the, I'll say the prison as well as the lumber mill area, Team Liquid will be very happy. That's where they got very lucky with the circles last time.
OMG holding strong all by themselves on the edge of the play zone at the west. No pressure their way. They are 2-2 split, but very close to each other. Not looking for map control, just trying to basically play it safe.
Yep. It will be difficult to push to the east. So they'll have to go through both Black, WTSG, and Na'Vi if they want to try and take anywhere up on the hillside.
If it shifts any further into the coastline, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath very early. We're only in minute 14. And that is going to be an issue if we shift a little further south inland.
Yep.
But the circle is encroaching once again.
There's 76 people alive, 20 teams, everyone still in the running for that first position as AVG try and take the road around the crates. A little bit harder to hold. A lot of position to shoot at him, including the Savage player who appears to be rock climbing.
Liquid would need to have killed probably 5 people already for this to be anywhere near an option for them to get into first place.
Oh God, and they've got tons of people on the field. there's another 72 people to kill.
Better get going. Every moment that OMG stays alive, the win slips further and further away. OMG was such a dominant lead here. They have a path, but it is laden with kills, and they need to start getting them early.
Yep, but they're waiting. OMG are very happy to sit this out. All they need is basically a top 10 position, and it pretty much ensures them first position.
Oh, that's the circle you don't want. That's a lot of water in play.
Yeah, that's still like 35, 40% water. Miltopal, Lipovka, the rocks will be a critical area.
This is not going to be a good time for a lot of these teams. OMG now has to decide how they want to come in. Looks like they're going to opt for the beach.
They're going to go straight through Na'Vi.
Yeah, they're going to have to go through the beach, but there's just no real estate.
Na'Vi's so split, though, that they don't actually have the numbers. Like, Drainus and Molodor are about to get back in their car. Profi's just going ham. Straight down. This is style riding and looking for the run over. Profi. Well, he'll get knocked. Marimo will not only knock it, but he should finish the job.
Liquid is making a mad dash. That's a bold move, but they're going to have to capitalize on it.
Open up, open up. Now trying to bring him down. Lion K, he's been the key flanker for OMG. Down to 20%, but 20% is enough to stay up and driving.
Right into the bottom side of Ghost. Ghost hears them in transition as well. Liquid coming to a stop. They've got themselves a zone.
Santi's up real high. Xiao Hai trying to do his run.
Turtle
actually clipped him. So Xiao Hai knocked, the rest of the team is coming over. Silent goes into the middle. Remember, there's still 20 teams up and kicking. Silent BT, you are in the worst position. He's trapped behind the car. He'll get back into it. He needed to move it 2 hits. A third one will drop him. Turtle, can he actually single-handedly undo OMG?
Wow, that was very close for Silent. Barely making it in.
Anyone able to blow up that car? They know where he is. Silent's medding up quickly.
That was so close. Now the pressure coming in return. It's actually Genji Gold has a line as well. Just like that, OMG finds themselves hemmed into the rocks. They have no maneuverability.
That 2-2 split, and all the squads on the map are going against them. They'll leave Xiaorong behind. They'll at least be able to first aid up, but Gold have him well and truly pinged.
Oh, they got him down.
He has the line onto Xiaorong, being chipped away. Still 20 teams fighting. Vard will cop a bullet from the back. So he'll start to reposition too.
OMG moving now to the south of Liquid. They've just arrived. They've lost 2 players for sure. Now they only have 2 left. Xiaorong will be finished off. So that's Genji Gold getting that kill. And they have CGW to their west, or east rather, as well. So now OMG finds themselves basically stuck. WTSG on the rotation. This circle is going to cause havoc for all these teams.
That it is. That's why you're seeing the movement. I think it's Gates who's going all the way around the eastern side of Mill to Power. But the circle is coming in. It'll reposition if it goes anywhere other than south. OMG are boned.
Yeah, it's really going to be tough. Teams have banked north or south once again, kind of like we see with the river. But so many going south, that means it's going to be a lot of pressure if it goes anywhere but that direction. I do think that OMG has a path here, but they continue to receive pressure, and they now know, CGW, that OMG is nearby.
WTSG, they're pushing on to Gold. Gaxie's looking for the line. Remember, it was Gold that was keeping OMG pinned, so they will have that moment as Gaxie looking around the corners, but he can't see anyone just yet. Sees him through the UAZ. The clip is up, but doesn't actually get the knock, and now the grenades come flying in. A quick finish. Both Eska and Simpson will both be finished off.
Really nice.
They don't want to make the run up high just yet. Cheliter is still adding suppressing fire.
That was a nice quick 1-2 down there. They do get the res onto Miracu as well. WTSG executing nicely, finding themselves a very small spot on the southwestern side of the play zone. OMG still receiving pressure. They are full turtle here. They cannot do anything other than play defensive, and we are going to see the circle shift again. North or south is the question, and we are headed south and center. All the water comes out.
OMG can stay in the rocks. We're phase 4, still 20 teams alive and kicking. As everyone's trading up positions, Gold are getting into their vehicles. They want to move up north as quick as they possibly can. Everyone else.
That's good for WTSG, just having to push the gap towards Ghost.
Well,
have a little bit
Gold
of to work
running
with.
into the Honey Badgers. It'll be Grizzly and Fast Rail able to knock them out, and Gold will go out in 20th position. That's their last round, their last ditch effort to get a better position.
That looks like an okay nade.
Yeah, that looks long. It looks good. It looks right on top of Molodoy. 2 nades right on top of Ilame as well as Molodoy. They thought that was a good little crevice, and it kind of is. The rocks are up. The UAZs create a nice line.
This is a ton of grenades getting used early. Not a lot of effect here.
Yeah, CGW
that looks
all
right.
Throw that far. Okay, maybe they can. Molodoy will hit it, but it's Jeems who's trying to get involved as well. Here comes the rest of Na'Vi. So Liquid have a line. Remember, they need to find a lot of kills to make that first position, or at least secure that second position.
Those nades are landing closer and closer.
That hit Ilame. He's going for the pick.
If they came out a little further, they would be exposing themselves to other fire, but it looks like they did have a path to use some grenades. Must be running low on that supply, but for OMG, they are stuck still playing fully defensive. Lion K and Silent holding on to those that rock outcropping. Liquid just a little further away. Can't push on them, but for OMG, they have a little bit of pressure coming their way in the way of WTSG.
Yep, everyone's trying to gain position on that eastern road as McCoy. Well, NG Black, they drop down into the middle of the lumberyard, and well, at least they've got cover on the wrong side of them. That at least is not a positive.
That's not a lot of movement there. They're going to have to throw some smokes out. Sexy Pig on the wide, but all the rest of his team kind of stuck. Esther going for the res. Grammatic having to just try and move around, throw some smokes out, get his team a path out of here.
Savage, they blocked himself in. He's trying to hold this little house, and it will now be taken over. He was the positional person to play for the later.
Na'Vi under a ton of pressure. Every knock and every kill, you can hear the Vietnamese fans just freaking out behind us.
Still crazy. Like, even if Lion K doesn't get another single kill, he's still got 510 kill points for
That's
today.
Insane. Lots of pressure lots of fire trading between Avangar and looks like Liquid.
Now, it was Avangar who were the ones trying to hold that eastern road. They still kept 2 up on the hill, so it's not easy for Liquid just to roll in on top and find the easy angles.
Circle's moving now.
Mercury's going to get knocked out, so once again, Honey Badger Nation going to work. Making trouble for WTSG.
This is really hard for Genji Black to get out of here. Ghost has them completely sewn into the lumber camp.
Oh, Liquid are just not giving up. They'll blow up the UAZ. And Na'Vi, they'll be happy to sit where they are for now. They're still inside the circle. The blue is coming in. So OHM as well as Myth, they have to come in from the northern side.
Knights have them held in. CGX has no easy path. Myth has made their way in, but they're holding a split, looks like.
Yeah, Gates is even getting involved in that northern attack.
So not a lot of movement here on the southern side. It's all about those northern teams. OHM on the way through. Savage now holding fights on 2 sides. Honey Badger Nation on the low side of the Chiefs.
Yeah, multiple players being knocked. Chiefs are in an absolute crossfire. AHQ and Savage just going ham on them. And
CGX,
GM Blues just trying to like move in closer and not get the attention of Knights, but it's too late.
That's another placement for OMG. They had a tough start, but they're now holding on to it. We'll see where the circle goes. It's about to change once again. So for Liquid holding that nice center position, they're in a decent spot. They have OMG right next to them. Na'Vi is in trouble, however. They have lost their vehicles, and they're completely stopped where they're at.
It's that Liquid counter at 0 kills, which is the scarier thing for them. Savage, oh, that's a nice line. Looking for the extra knock onto OHM. They got no easy way out. And it will be a double kill. There is still 1 alive, however. You can't see him. He's gillied in the middle of fire.
This open spot, where the circle is going, is going to be a nightmare. It's all open there. There's nothing you can do maneuverability-wise. It's all open field. There's no trees, nothing.
Is he the man, the early scout? They still have to know where OMG was. They have not moved in the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Every time he sees a vehicle, he inspects it. So I'm wondering if he's going to spot Silent.
He hasn't seen the vehicle yet. He ran lower.
He ran too far away. So for Larson, he has no idea that OMG is just a little bit further away from him.
But the rest of WTSG, they've got only 1 road, and that's through OMG to get into this circle. There is no other path to take.
OMG is not taking a fight here. They're going to hide this as best they can.
But this is fantastic now for Knights. Multiple kills. Myth are getting knocked. And they have no real way to try and survive this. Dre will line up for 2 easy finishes.
Nice.
Guarantee the points.
They're 15 on the board for the Knights. Now 4 total kills. Oh, I think they know something's up here.
Yep. Look around. The nade. Lion K protected by the rock face. And they're turning their attention now towards OMG. Remember, there's still 18 teams left alive.
They know something's up here. WTSG must have seen something.
Nade flies high. Nade flies long. Are they going to deal with him?
I don't think that they can stand there for too long because Honey Badger Nation's pressuring them from the buildings. So Miracu, they have to have an idea that there's someone in the rocks, but they can't do anything about it right now.
They've run lower. They've run below OMG. If they ran up higher, they would have had a chance to shoot down into them. And now it's OMG with a better position. Knights, 4 AM, they're all coming in. The circle has pushed to the eastern side.
54 alive.
So this road has now become the highway of death.
Some toe shots happening. Boxic will go down. Anuktiv grabbing that one.
It's really good for
the
AVG.
Knights. Wow, the Knights go down in 18th.
That's a huge. This is now going to start to mess around with a lot of the rankings around the 4th to 5th, especially if a Vanguard can continue to get these kills.
WTSG is still not relenting here. They know that there's got to be players around here hiding in the rocks. Lion K is relatively safe.
This is
still
fantastic for OMG.
0 kills for them.
There's now only 14 teams left remaining. OMG, with every minute they survive, they're getting more and more points. It's too easy for them.
Lion K has no other options really than to sit here. We'll see if they're going to be forced to move, and really all these teams have taken a center position ahead of them. So OMG does not have an easy path, but I think they've done just enough. But for Team Gates, they're trying to move in with Ghost now.
Genji blacks out, 14th position. Yeah, just ran out of space. So Ghost, as you said, Team Gates, watching that western side. They'll have to get through Liquid a little bit further to their east. Very open hillside they'll have to battle through, but Turtle whiffs a lot of his early attacks. So Ghost
smokes out immediately.
Thought they had a way out. They've got 2 players only on their feet.
OMG
and
got
Mossy,
the
they're turning their attention. It's red zone created by Mossy. Everything towards Ghost.
That looks okay. That was very close, landing very, very nearby. They're just throwing smokes at the screen.
All right, I think WTSG are finally going to do it. Silent and Lion K, they have been waiting for this moment. Miracu,
Miracu!
Look to your side! You're right on top of him. Now they're going to shoot him. How long does it take? Have you switched
Lion
the
K
weapon?
coming.
Now Lion K up above. The knocks in there, and OMG is eliminated in 13th position. WTSG into recovery mode.
Wow, that was so close. The smoke's now coming out in support. The reses are going to come, so that looks like WTSG will survive this. But Ghost are coming down to investigate. They heard these shots. They're being pressured away by Team Gates. WTSG on precarious ground here. Liquid looking good. They've got the circle once again, and now so many teams have to move their way.
Oh, Gates is coming in. Ghost, what do? You're being shot from above as Savage.
Wow.
The Chiefs actually getting over, so double knocks. AHQ getting involved in it as well.
Looks like Critical's the last man standing. 0 kills so far.
You've got Timid on one side and you've got Critical there too. Like, they're both trying to just run this rock face, but they're taking a lot of fire from far range. Finally, Myth will be knocked out as Minoru will die to Mumino.
Liquid not very active on the kill board just yet. We'll have to check in with to see what their total is. But we have not seen that 25 kill win that we were hoping for.
The molly's out. Timid couldn't finish the job. Savage at least had 1 knock.
Wow.
They are staying alive. The 3 players on the coast. Na'Vi, we left them about 10 minutes ago saying they're in a bad position, but hey, they're tried and tested. Here comes AHQ right into Na'Vi, looking for some pass swipe. It won't happen. It's a slaughter. AHQ out in 10th, and they wipe them from the face of the earth.
Wow, that was an incredible and ill-informed push by AHQ. Na'Vi laying in wait, and they will destroy them. That was very impressive and a slaughter indeed. Na'Vi, having come from the brink themselves, now hold on and pick up a ton of kills.
Yeah, Scoom's able to pick up a couple himself too. Mumino, he had a great time before, but Team Gates finding another line to try and get into the back of AVG. And it's worked perfectly. They've actually got them pinned where AVG thought they were nice and covered. Yeah. Not anymore. Diaz will be knocked. Mumino will go down all the way.
From all sides, Avangard getting pressure now. Team Gates still trying to hold on. Liquid actually has lost Jeems, and now he's trying to crawl away to safety. Ibiza trying to throw the smoke to cover off.
This is so problematic with Savage shooting from far and Gates coming in close. Liquid, this is a tight and sticky situation.
They have lots of pressure on them, but it looks like they still have a good spot. Wow, nice shot.
Okay,
Savage.
Pressure relieved for Team Liquid as Savage now with that knocker trying to get across the road. Remember, this circle will come in. There's almost no doubt about it. There's no cover on the roadside anymore, but it goes to the road. We're actually on the eastern side. CGW are the only ones with a building inside the zone.
Liquid wants to finish this off quickly. They know that Team Gates is there. Bees has been putting down cover. Only 2 kills so far.
Yeah, that's not enough. for
still
them.
4 strong, however, but they're going to be pushed into this wide open area. Na'Vi picking up kill after kill now with 9.
Yeah, they're making a huge run. They were 5th position at the end of the last round, and it wasn't that much separating. It was only 500 points separating them and Team Liquid. They may make a run for 2nd right now.
iLame takes down Gaxi in the back line. That's going to be an issue for them. So for Liquid, they're going to have to make a mad dash with the vehicles. It's all on the line here. That Ghost UAS moving slowly. You have to be mindful of those empty vehicles, does Liquid.
This is ballsy.
This is a good spot for them. They have a little divot there they can use as well. They can't group too hard, but Savage has a line. The rest of Liquid, this is what we've seen from them. They've split out once before.
Savage have nothing. Savage have a burnt-out car to try and hide inside of, and Gates are trying to finish him off so they can push forward and focus 100% of their attention onto Team Liquid.
Mossy on the way through. The nades now coming out. Na'Vi making their push across the road. CGW, while quiet, has been played gatekeeper in this yellow cabin area. Liquid coming from behind.
Uber real nice and close. He's looking for Marimo. The door will open up and then close. They know occupied.
No, thank you.
There are no rooms to let. But Na'Vi, they need a push. The circle will come in.
They have the ridge here as well, but they do not have the zone. The nades coming out nice inside.
Everyone's having to come in close through. As they are pushing in, WTSG, Honey Badger still out in the back. It's actually Fastrel inside the blue. Not only does he kill, he actually kills Bart all the way.
Drainies is down, the nades now following. Looks like the smokes need to come. Miramo goes down, that's a nice follow-up.
That's an opening for Na'Vi to try and get in. You've still got the remnants of Honey Badgers, not much of it left, as iLame will find him. Badgers are out. And WTSG are still pushing in. CGW getting approached on all sides up the hill. Gaxi, huge hits taken. It was iLame just letting rip with the AK.
Liquid, meanwhile, moving down the hill on their own. They've got 4 strong still. They are poised here. They've got great map control. So much happening around these yellow cabins. Now Na'Vi has taken a lot of kills, but also taken a lot of damage. Kurad is now the last man standing for CGW. WTSG trying to hold on. They've been taking casualty after casualty. They've had to prone out, try and med, but Liquid is very well positioned here.
Yeah, they're in the middle right now. So, like, what do you do? You're basically having 2nd to 4th position, battling it out with CGW, caught in the middle of the crossfire. And the circle, it still keeps CGW's edge of their building in, but Liquid have the priority.
They
have the most amount of the circle.
You have to wonder how much utility Na'Vi has left. CGW has been relatively quiet. They have 2 members left.
James knocked. That's going to make a small little opening for Na'Vi, but remember, they've still got 3 different sides looking to push him. Uber looking for the head of Ibiza, cannot connect, however.
Na'Vi looking very good here. Now looks like James is going to be rezzed. The smokes do come out. Ibiza holding that front line along with Samty. CGW not moving. Na'Vi now looking to close this out.
They have to get WTSG. It's the only way to go forward. Molodoy is going to be the closest to him. WTSG, they are the kings of the snakes, and Molodoy in close range, not only knocked, but killed the whole way.
That's going to be huge for Liquid. They are now getting an advantage, 4 strong still. Gaxi gets that kill, but now WTSG and Liquid are poised to face off here.
He found the angle. He sees WTSG. Miracu was prepping the grenade. Gaxi's just looking for the line. iLame doesn't see over the hill, but they have to get into the building. CGW, they're waiting. Miracu's looking for a small line to get in. Wait for the right mark to hit. iLame, he can look up the side. He doesn't know if they've come up the hill just yet, but WTSG, they have to come closer. They are all going to cluster around the building, and this will bring him into the line of fire of Liquid.
Oh my God!
Is Miracu actually inside the building with CGW?
They have to push him out. CGW's inaction is horribly destroying WTSG's game. They have to wait for them. They have to move now. It's left them too long.
Shared accommodation. Miracu wants to take over.
No.
He didn't see the last. Larson is alive. He'll get a line of sight onto Santi. He's waiting for it. He's just inside the circle as CGW clean up the rest.
Oh, wow.
iLame, he's got to get up. He's chunking. He's chunking, and he gets knocked out. Santi will take the kill. James will finally be finished off. Larson reveals his position. Upa also with the chunk. He's trying to prone himself in, and he's in. He's barely inside the circle.
Larson,
as it's now Larson nated by Scoom. Out and forth. WTSG will go down.
Uba has a position. He's got a line of sight. Samty looking for him now. CGW still holding on. Uba on the wide flank.
He's looking at the side of Pizza. Back into cover.
Oh, it's so close. Liquid has an advantage, but just barely. They have a nade position on them. Uba has nothing left. He's got a med now. CGW has to come out and do something, but they've been so inactive. They're preventing anyone from moving around them. Liquid poised to take this game.
That they are. Every single point counts. Liquid to try and hold that second position. CGW, the wrench in the works as Uba, the sole survivor for Na'Vi. They know where he is. The smokes are coming out. We've got 16 seconds so the circle will come out as Scoom just blasts through the door. He's waiting for them to make the run through the smoke and get a couple of extra clips.
CGW just needs to start spraying in that direction. They have the information, but they're not doing anything with it. Uba has to just be careful not to get caught out by either of these teams. It's a center-based asterisk. All the circle is going to push directly on the center. Liquid has the advantage, but what? Oh, CGW loses one.
Yeah, they'll knock one down. That's not really the way Na'Vi wanted to roll. If he gets the kill, he'll be happy with it, and he will. There's 15 points. You'll take everything you can get. Samty crawling forward. He's so close to Kurad at the moment. Everyone bellies on the ground apart from Skoom and Ibiza. Oh. They're looking over the hill.
Uba made distance.
He's got a little bit closer around the corner. Kurad behind. Samty, if he gets distracted, it gives a chance for Uba. They are right next to each other. He'll look up and he'll knock him down. 2 teams left, and there it is. It all goes the way of Team Liquid. 9 kills in the bag. How far will it push him up the leaderboard? A long way, but not all the way. That should still belong to Oh My God. They will be the victors here.
That was an amazing game from Team Liquid. They held on, they kept their composure. That circle came down to the very last moment, but Team Liquid grab a victory, but you can see the Chinese fans are losing their minds in the stands.
They're loving it. China #1 through and through. OMG have performed so beautifully throughout this entire first-person perspective tournament.
200 points. They closed the gap. Just barely not enough. But OMG holding on. You can see the live rankings there. I believe they are the winners here at PGI 2018.
What a performance. They came in, they said they wanted to be aggressive. It wasn't the greatest last day for them, but they held in close. They pulled in as many points as they could to hold that #1 spot.
Liquid's effort there was amazing. They made it so close at the end.
And I cannot wait to throw down there. OMG, a very well-deserved victory. I don't think anyone is gonna go against it. Great to see also a Chinese team having success in this first-person perspective.
It's huge for, and I mean, now that we have this ability to kind of look back on this event, this has been massive for PUBG and a global esports. And there are your champions, OMG.